What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. I still had my phone out and I went to close it, but when I was on Instagram and when I almost closed it, I pressed on a reel and I thought sound was going to start playing out loud, so I just went and I tried to lock it fast. It worked.
Sometimes
no sound
you do
came
the
out.
intro with no warning.
I do, because I told you guys, some days I have it and some days I don't. And today I don't have it.
You exhausted all your energy on the earlier episodes this week.
I
think
on fire at the beginning of the week. Like, oh my God, I was watching the clips of myself. Like, holy shit.
Sometimes even superstars need a break sometimes.
Yeah, you can't be a superstar all the time. Although, in my dream last night, I was casted as the new Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street. They were doing a remake of Wolf of Wall Street, and Margot Robbie handpicked me to play her role.
Can
and
you believe it?
I said, no, Margot, I could never be you, which everyone would agree with. So don't think I'm saying I'm out here saying I'm Margot Robbie. I was like, I could never be you, Margot. She goes, I just feel like you have it. And I said, oh my God, you're so right. And then the person who was playing Leonardo DiCaprio was Brad Pitt, which makes no sense because you would think they'd aim for, you know, two younger people. Either way, it was a great dream. And then I almost hit my head in the pool and almost died. And then no one wanted to be my friend after. And I'm really tired.
The dream
today.
really took a turn.
I'm so exhausted today. I have my period.
Yeah.
Which
thanks for sharing.
we don't talk about on this podcast, but it's a bad one this time. You know,
sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes they're bad.
They are.
And this one's a bad one. It's got me in the trenches.
You're feeling a little down.
I'm feeling you know, if like a big weight is on my head and I'm being pressed. They're trying to press me down.
I definitely
Gravity.
I get that every time. I get that every once in a while too. And it's the people around me just like no. Like when I'm in my apartment and when I just start responding to Joe by just being like
yeah, or just like
like fucking leave me alone.
You got nothing to give. I got nothing to give to this world today.
Yeah, exactly. Just put me in
what
my
an
own
endorsement
spot.
for this episode.
People are gonna be so excited to listen.
I got plenty of stuff to say. 3 things actually I have to say before we get into topics.
I had one more and then you can
Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I cried before in this room.
You did.
Because I went to the dentist yesterday and got my teeth cleaned and got my cavities filled. And oh my God, I was so happy with how my teeth look after. Like I couldn't stop smiling, although my face and my nose was numb, which is why I don't do drugs. I hate that feeling. It was awful. But my teeth, I was like, oh my God, I can't stop looking at how clean they are. And I
love that you felt the need to throw in that's why I don't do drugs.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, I hate the feeling of a numb nose.
Yeah.
You
came in fishing for compliments on your teeth.
Yeah, I was like, guys,
you were just smiling,
look at this.
but not like
Guys,
a normal smile. It was
do you
creeping
notice
me out.
anything different about me?
I was like, guys, look at my teeth. And they were like, okay, your teeth weren't bad before.
But you also sent pictures yesterday. Like, it wasn't like
I know. No, but first of all, your teeth do look great.
Thank you.
And the thing is, I never thought your teeth looked bad is the thing. Like when you came in, and when you came in, you were like, my teeth, like you thought there was such a drastic change, but there really wasn't. Like they looked good before. And I do really think that teeth are one of those things, color-wise, people notice, of course. Mm-hmm. But when you can just like feel that your teeth are dirty and they just need to be clean, nobody else knows that. But when you get them clean and you run your tongue like over your teeth and you're like, holy shit, these bad boys are clean.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to notice that just by looking.
Exactly. So then when you guys told me
like,
as a group, you said, we didn't think you had bad teeth before.
Yeah.
You didn't have yellow teeth or bad teeth. I started to cry and I said, oh my God, I'm actually crying again right now.
God.
Like,
Jesus.
Please just send me home.
Yeah.
I really am. I don't
This
feel
is how
well.
you can tell that she has her period.
She's
been crying. The second time she's now cried because of her teeth.
I cried because I thought people thought I had bad teeth before.
No. I have never.
I can't tell if Noah looks sad for me or like really disturbed.
I have never once
sad.
thought like, I'm not going to say anything, but she should probably go to the dentist. Like I've never once had that.
Thank
thought.
God. I've been walking around my life thinking people thought I had bad teeth, and so to hear,
I don't know why you thought that.
to hear that I don't.
Oh my God, what is going on?
To hear that I don't have bad teeth was a relief.
Yeah.
And we move on.
Yeah. Okay. You have great teeth, honey.
Thank you. You have beautiful teeth.
Oh boy. I definitely have a sty, by the way. I know I brought that up on Wednesday, but I do.
We're falling apart.
I definitely do. It hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
It's not that noticeable, thankfully, but it does.
Looks like you're wearing pink eyeshadow.
Does hurt
underneath your eye.
Yeah, just like is giving me this little bag under my eye.
It's a new look,
and it hurts. No, that's not one of the things I wanted to say. The first one is I finally finished Stranger Things about months after everybody else did. It's every episode was like a feature length film.
Yeah.
So it just really like you had to be prepared. I finally finished. It was really fucking good. And I think you should continue to watch Stranger Things. I think you should pick it back up.
Okay.
Is my opinion. I really enjoyed it. Second, do you ever notice that the Love Island... I'm watching Love Island US. It's how I fill the void of Love Island UK. And honestly, Love Island US, there's been some good drama. The women on Love Island US, I feel like every day have to put on, like every day, beach day, they are putting on makeup. And then they have to do it again at night. And I'm always thinking about like the UK at night. And then I was just thinking like, how annoying would it be to be on that show from the beginning and be on for like so many weeks and have to do a full face of makeup every single night?
Brutal.
Do you
Right?
have to?
That's my question.
You
like,
don't have
you
to,
don't have
but
to,
if the girl next to you is going full beat every night,
then you got to do it. My thought is though, because you would be like, oh, I'm gonna be in the sun. I want to get my sun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put makeup on during the day.
I feel like the UK girls do that more than the US. I felt like the US girls have more makeup on during the day.
I wouldn't put it on during the day just because I would like to get a tan.
Yeah.
And I sometimes feel like if I'm wearing makeup, it blocks. There's a barrier. I don't know if that's true or not. That's the only reason why.
I just need to sit in a hat.
Maybe in the first couple days, I'd wear makeup.
And they wear those big sunglasses. I feel like they cover all the whole face.
Right. I just wear sunglasses if I felt like I didn't feel like my good, didn't feel happy with myself that day. But think about how they're doing nothing all day long. Like they're really doing nothing all day long. So it might feel good to put makeup on and get dressed up ready. Because they're truly doing nothing all the time. They sit around that villa.
Just talk about their feelings.
And just talk all day. It must be like, oh, God, let's get ready now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I do see it being really tiring. Like, can we just stay in our pajamas for one freaking day?
It just wouldn't be good for my skin.
No, exactly. Yeah,
to be doing full face of makeup every night.
Right, and then you have
your skin's never breathing.
Cleaning products for your brushes and stuff. Yeah, no, this seems like something that I would get tired of very quickly.
Yeah, that's something I noticed. What was the other thing?
Number 3. Hit us with number 3.
Oh,
Come on,
Trace.
You didn't lose number 3.
Oh,
did you?
I've been bringing it up the whole time. I didn't want to make it a full topic, but I do want to mention that Nicki Minaj called Kevin Federline a cocksucker on what's her radio show?
I don't know, because you said Nicki Minaj's radio show, and in my head I thought
Nicki
Minaj has a radio show.
There's probably something with.
It's on Apple Music.
Nicki.
What's it called?
Minaj radio show. Queen Radio. Look at me.
Oh, there you go, Queen Radio.
Oh my God, you're a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry.
She's.
I just want to shake my body out.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you were just gonna be like.
I just want to when you're just like, oh, you just feel so stiff.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, I know. This period is hitting me hard.
It is.
I know nobody wants to hear that.
We can get into,
but you're mostly women listening, so
are.
I would hope that you could all relate.
They definitely can. I just wanted to say that Nicki absolutely went off on Kevin Federline, and I appreciated that level of support for Britney. I feel like Nicki's always supported Britney, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. I love Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Questionable life choices sometimes.
Yep. Facts.
But I like Nicki Minaj, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I thought that I saw the headlines and it made me laugh because I was like, she's making a lot of very good points.
Cocksucker is such a good insult.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, that was the big three.
What are you doing this weekend?
I have one of my best friend's engagement parties.
Fun.
Yes, she's the first one of our gala group to be getting married, so it's very exciting.
That is very exciting. Let me see that ring finger of yours.
The empty.
Put it away.
Empty. My nails look great right now.
They do, though. They do look really good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with those.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll just leave this. This hand has nice rings on it, so I'll just leave
put
this
that one away. We don't want to see that one.
Ugly.
Nobody wants to see that one at all. No, what are you doing this weekend?
Going down to the shore, Jersey Shore.
Are you?
No, I just want to see your reaction.
I was about to do the same thing. I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
No. I don't have
Pauly
really...
D over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I might go to the Cape. I'm not sure yet.
Classic rich guy move.
You can go to the Jersey Shore every weekend.
The Jersey Shore is... actually, the Jersey Shore is really nice in some parts, yeah.
I mean, it's beach here, beach there.
Yeah. I don't have any plans.
There we go.
I don't feel
Sometimes
like
that's nice.
No, because I have so much coming up
Yeah.
after this weekend that I want to do nothing this weekend. I did have plans originally, but they got canceled. And I was upset about it, but then I was like, I actually feel okay.
Should you, then this would be a great weekend to watch Stranger Things.
Are you giving me an assignment?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe I will watch. I'm gonna start that show.
Noah keeps talking about Blackbird.
People keep raving about the show, and if
Yeah.
I go home to my house one more time and my parents tell me to watch this show and I haven't watched it, they may tell me to never come back. So I'm gonna have to watch.
They
Good
like
actors in there.
Yeah, Taron Egerton.
Ray Liotta, the guy who plays the serial killer, who I don't know, but he's a good actor.
The other day we were talking about that show, and they were like, the main guy's so good, and I said, Taron Egerton, he played Elton John. I said, wow, how'd you know that? I said, I just knew. Then my
I'm
mom,
a big fan of Rocket Man.
Then my mom brought up Spider-Man. She was like, oh, the kid who plays, I was like, Tom Holland, and they were like, wow, you're really good at this. And I said,
it's kind of my job.
yeah, I said, well, you do know what I do for a living, right? And they're like, good job. My dad started laughing to himself. He was like, you are pretty good.
And it's also funny because it's like not something that would be hard. It's like two of the biggest actors in the world.
Did you see that picture of Andrew Garfield?
I did. It looked good.
He looked really good.
You know that Andrew Garfield was one of my original crushes growing
He
up?
looked really good.
I don't know if I've ever talked about that. When I saw
that's
that,
a good one.
I was
loved him and
obsessed with him in Social Network.
Yeah, I loved him and Emma Stone. I loved together. I thought they were when they were doing Spider-Man, but I'm also kind of like a big Spider-Man
or Spider-Man
couple fan of all of them, you know.
Who's your
but I
favorite
love
Spider-Man?
them.
Tobey Maguire.
Come on. Let's be real.
Tom Holland.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Tobey?
No.
Come on, Toby's iconic.
The original Spider-Man? You know that's the only Spider-Man I've ever seen?
I like him. And
Actually,
I love those
like,
movies. I think they're great, but
Into the Spider-Verse.
I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man the best.
Classic new age bullshit.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
He's my fave.
I've lost my funny today.
Anyway, I just flew right out of you.
It's just gone. It's gone. I used it all
You tried
at the
to
beginning
shake it
of the
out.
week, and it's not here anymore.
We'll try again next week.
Yeah, Monday, hopefully.
Monday it'll all come flying back. We are going to do our Love Island UK recap. I know we said that, but we are going to do it next week for sure. 100%. Locking it in next week.
Come on.
But you could not seem more excited.
I'm telling you.
The finale came out on Hulu this week, so that's why I feel like now it's everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it.
I'm really excited, and we do chat a little bit about Love Island
Was that a pun?
Yeah, with Remi Bader, who's on this episode. So yeah, we talk about it a little bit, and then we'll do the full recap on Monday. My thoughts are still fresh. I still feel good about recapping
so do I.
it.
I see all their stories.
So much has happened since, so
I know.
I'm excited to talk about it, plus the reunion. Have people seen that yet?
It's not on Hulu, but yeah.
Hopefully by that time.
I think it will be. I think the finale and the reunion were maybe coming out on Hulu at the same time.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that on Monday.
Amazing.
All right, let's get into this show.
Let's do it.
All right, today's topics.
I'm gonna pour water on your head.
That would feel wonderful. Honestly, I'm sweating profusely right now. It's really beating me up
it's not
today.
that hot in here for me.
I have my period.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the amount of times I've repeated that. I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast, but it's really beating me up this time. Yeah. It's really got me. I'm like a punching bag. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's awful. All right. Let's get in. What?
Your boobs look good though.
Oh my God. Thank you.
They're like you can tell you have your period.
Yeah, I'm full. Ebony told me when I walked in.
Yeah.
She said, "How do you have both? Fat ass and good boobs." I don't know. I really don't. I eat a lot of McDonald's. Okay. Let's get into the topics. We are going to be talking about Rachel Bilson talking about Bill Hader having a big dick, Kanye's stupid clothes at the Gap, Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum are seen out together, confirming that they are still together. And we're going to be talking about that fight between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie that's been brought back up again.
Yeah, we get reminded about that every once in a while.
It's not good. And we have a great interview with Remi Bader. So let's get into it, starting off with Rachel Bilson. I'm going to be spending time in my pool all weekend. I'm super excited. And I know that my mom is going to be really excited that I'm about to bring her home another pack of Slick frozen ice pops. Slick ice pops have 8% alcohol in each pop, and they have amazing flavors. They have the agave margaritas. They have the rum daiquiris. They also have the whiskey highballs. Like I said, they're all filled with 8% alcohol, and they're all premium-based spirits, so you know you're getting the good stuff. They're convenient enough to throw in a cooler, a freezer, have them at your house, bring them on a boat, bring them to a party, wherever you're going. They give you that great buzz, all while giving you the satisfaction of having a sweet ice pop. So right now, head to slickspiritedice.com to snag a pick of Slick and stock your freezer with pops for your next party. Make sure to use promo code SlickChicks2 to get 10% off your order as well. That's SLIQ spiritedice.com. Use code SlickChicks2 to get 10% off. This ad has been brought to you by 21 Holdings LLC in West Chicago, Illinois. You must be 21 and up to purchase and consume. Please drink responsibly. So Rachel Bilson has been all over the news this week because when asked what she missed the most about Bill Hader, her ex, who she said the breakup was harder than childbirth, she said his big dick. And now obviously it was like a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke. If you listen to it, she says it. It's almost like it was almost like a Rhea moment where like you had a really funny answer, like you haven't answered for something that is funny, but it like has some truth in it, but it's still funny. Right. And so you also immediately burst out laughing right after you say it, and then you're like, we can keep it. Like that's literally what they did. When like Rachel was like, keep it in.
Right.
When like, don't cut it.
When Noah asked me the other day if I had a small mouth.
Right.
Something like that. Where you're like, it's like there's some truth, but you don't mean to just answer truth, like
but it's
that.
Not like she was asked in a serious.
I clipped that and made it.
It's not like she was asked in a very serious sit down of like, what do you miss the most about Bill Hader? And she was like, his giant penis.
Yeah, like that was just a great answer. Yeah. That's just funny. Yeah, that just means that she's a very funny person. It was a comedic answer. Very comedic. He's a funny guy, so I feel like he appreciated that. And he also probably appreciates the fact that now people think he has a big dick, or people are wondering if he has a big dick, like what happened with Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande.
I was just about to say that. We had the conversation where we debated on if that was a good thing or a bad thing that she did that. And now I feel like it kind of goes to the same thing.
I think it's a good thing because it's like, you don't know. Now people are, when they see Bill Hader, they're like, does he have a big dick? It seems like he probably does. Because you wouldn't say.
Could it be setting him up for failure? If every woman goes in expecting a big dick, and if it's smaller than they think, they're like disappointed.
But either way, for him, it works.
Yeah, but people have said that about Pete Davidson. Oh, is he being set up for failure? And this man has not been set up for failure.
Right. Everyone seems to confirm the reports.
Everyone seems pretty satisfied after their time with Pete Davidson. Yeah. They say he's a sweet man and say he has a big dick. Yeah. So I think Bill Hader is going to be just fine. I think you wouldn't say, if he had a really tiny dick or small dick, she wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? Like, like
there has to be
the joke wouldn't be there.
You don't say that. You don't make that joke about someone with a small dick.
No, you wouldn't, because you would just think of something else. Yeah. But he must have something that he's working with. Yeah. Or else the joke wouldn't even pop into her head.
That's true.
Like, why would you say someone has a big dick if they had a small dick? You just wouldn't make that joke.
You know what we didn't talk about? And I'm curious, just since we're on the subject of big dicks.
Yeah.
Did you see
Talk to me.
Tommy Lee's Instagram post?
I did.
Okay. I saw it too. I just wanted to know if you saw it. We both saw it.
I saw it.
Yep. Okay. We both saw it.
Everybody knows Tommy Lee has a big dick.
We both saw it.
Why did he do that?
Just a reminder to the people.
That is true.
Right?
I guess people weren't talking about it enough.
I mean, that's not an accident.
No, that's not an accident.
That's not an accident.
No, I think that was a purpose.
And it stayed up on Facebook for like a long time.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not something nobody's seen before, but it still shocks you.
Yeah, well, you don't expect to open Instagram and see that. You know,
No.
like Instagram normally is pretty strict about those things.
Right. Why are they strict with some people and other people? They just let it fly.
Well, I think it was up for a short amount of time, but it was so shocking for the people that do follow him. It was like, whoa.
And Instagram was like, oh, well, maybe we'll just leave it up for a little bit because it is so shocking.
Well, they left it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
For way longer. This is the thing, though. Anytime that happens on Instagram, people screenshot it and then it ends up on Twitter and it can stay on Twitter forever. Like, Twitter has no rules with that.
That is true. Twitter
right? Like,
is like, there's just porn on Twitter.
Yeah. So you can just repost that and there it is.
Yeah.
But we never discussed. I just didn't know if you saw it or not.
No, I saw it. Yeah, I did see it.
Noah, did you see it?
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
I think I saw like a blurred
version.
I don't think I saw.
You saw the full.
I didn't really go like
the
looking
full
for
post.
it. I wasn't like, let me
Well,
find.
I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. Maybe maybe.
Wait, so it was kept up for how long?
I think on Instagram it was not up that long, but it was posted late at night, I believe, like later in the evening. And then when I saw like stories about it, it was the next day, like in the afternoon, and a lot of the posts were like, somehow the picture's still up on Facebook.
Wait, what was the caption?
Hours later, it was still up on Facebook.
I don't remember, but I love how...
I don't know who was reading the caption.
I love how Fran basically said, speaking of big dicks...
The amount of times dick has been said on this segment.
It was just something
this is
that
rated R.
I didn't know if I wanted to... We're on the subject.
Yeah, this is
big
explicit.
dicks.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I definitely did.
Yeah. And apparently Bill Hader can join the club.
Right. Congrats, Bill Hader.
Of the BDE comedians.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of them.
I think he had that anyway, though.
Yeah.
Big dick energy.
Yeah. No, he definitely did. I feel
because
like.
I feel like
well, I
he's
was just
like
gonna say, like,
funny
is there a difference between
I feel like a lot of the
dick
SNL
energy
guys do.
or actually having a big dick? You know what I'm saying? Like,
there is
definitely a difference.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
because you can have a big dick and
I
an
don't
awful
think Bill
personality.
Hader had big dick energy. Like,
no, but the big dick energy is like some of it's just like
I
a lot of like
think
funny guys.
If she didn't say this, I don't think anyone would have been like, yeah, he has a big dick. Like,
no, I would. If you asked
BDE
me,
isn't
no, I know,
like,
I know. It's
I still
not,
think he had. I actually would think Bill Hader has BD.
No, I really like the way he carries himself.
I mean, you think Pete Davidson?
Yes,
like,
I mean Pete Davidson is like a cool guy.
You don't think Bill Hader's a cool guy?
No, I don't.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't think he.
Really
I don't think he
judgmental
would.
of you.
I feel like he would call himself not a cool guy. Like,
But that kind of adds.
Pete Davidson also wouldn't call himself
no,
a
he
cool
wouldn't.
guy.
So that kind of adds to the BDE.
no, okay, fine. But I was just saying, I think Bill Hader would be like, I'm a nerd. Like he would embrace that.
And that's
okay.
And that brings us to the BDE.
So everyone has
conclusion.
BD.
yeah.
No,
certainly not. People who act like
guys
they're cool
who are
guys
cocky and
cocky,
yeah,
they
that's
don't
not
have
BD.
it.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
Yeah.
All right, good discussion.
Good discussion. Rachel Bilson, I guess, is doing him a favor. I don't know if Rachel Bilson would be in the market to rekindle something with him, or if it was just like, I feel like it was like a one-off joke after the breakup was worse than childbirth comment as well.
Which makes me think she would be open to rekindling
Right.
if it was that hard of a breakup.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
I wouldn't advise her to because then she'd have to go through that all over again, but you know.
Fair.
Kanye West is selling his sweatshirts at Gap, and he decided he's going to throw them all in a bunch of trash bags because he needs to be different than everybody else on earth.
So it was reported that he did not like when the sweatshirts were on display on hangers. And so now they're just in these giant black trash bag looking containers. I don't know if they're organized in any way. Maybe each container is like a different size. That would be helpful. or if it's just a mixed bag. You got to go diving into the bag to find out your sweatshirt size.
So stupid. It's so stupid and ugly.
It looks bad.
It looks so bad. Why not just have them look really nice on hangers?
I know.
Why? Why does he have to be so different? Why? Like, just put them on hangers. Trash bags are ugly.
You know what it looks like? Oh, the post that went viral is someone on Twitter who said, this is how they're selling Yeezy Gap. The sales associate said, Kanye got mad when he saw they had it on hangers and this is how he wanted it. They won't help you find your size too. You just have to dig through everything. Oh, man.
So then all the sweatshirts end up on the floor, dirty.
Right. And they're like, I think close to like $200 sweatshirts.
Right. So now you have to dig through and you're putting and you're trying to hang them on you and then they're going on the floor. They're getting all dirty. Stupid. So stupid.
Is
this in every Gap?
I don't know. I don't know if it's in every Gap. I just know that this one person who is a Twitter user, the Twitter account is based in New York, posted this picture of the, and it's funny because it almost looks like the giant LL Bean bags that people would bring to camp.
That just looks disgusting.
It looks so bad. It looks so bad. You know what's really funny is this shirt too that I've seen people buy. I think, who was it? Benny Drama posted on Instagram that he like bought the t-shirt and like he just looked so funny in it because it's such a funny size, I would say. Let's see some replies. Someone else has a picture of all the sweatshirts in bags, and they were folded nicely, and
then they probably
that you could find sizes. Well, yeah, and then how much are these sweatshirts? Do you know what they're going for?
$175.
The Dove hoodie is $240.
$240? These sweatshirts are being thrown in garbage
$240. I understand wanting the display to be different in this sort of a standout way, but you also, I guess he can really just bank on his name and knowing that people are going to buy it regardless of how it is set out. Like, it could be crumbled in a ball, stepped on, and people would still buy it.
Aren't there other ways, though, that you can differentiate yourself from hanging up clothes instead of put them in glass cases? Why garbage bags?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels, this kind of sounds silly, but it does feel like disrespectful to the item of clothing, which I guess that is so ingrained in my brain from childhood. When I would leave all my clothes on my floor, and my parents would be like, "It's so disrespectful,
right?
To leave the clothes."
So disgusting.
Yeah.
I can fight with my parents
honestly,
still.
I still do. Yeah, it's not good.
Like, it's my room. Like, don't go in there then. What?
You're
such a brat.
You're saying it to us as if we're your parents.
As if we're your mom. Mom, it's my room anyway.
Don't go in there. Why do you have to go in there, Mom?
It's more when it's like, oh, people are coming over, and I'm like, are they gonna go in my room and like be offended that my shirt's on my bed?
I'm cracking up.
I thought the same thing as a kid. I was like, they're gonna go in my room.
I thought the same thing when I was like 17, and then I kind of grew out of that.
And then I was like, all right, the apartment, the whole place needs to be clean.
It's your room in your parents' house.
No, I know that, but I actually tested my mom because she was crazy. I would have cleaned my room if she asked me, but she cleaned my whole room, took everything, my charger, my fan, put it in the closet, and I came back and was like, and I brought my fan out, put it there, put my charger there, came back later, gone again. I'm like, Mom.
I can't believe what a ridiculous complaint this is.
I cannot believe your mom cleaned your entire room for you.
I can't believe you're complaining about your mom organizing your room and putting things in a closet where you know exactly where they are.
No, I know, but just like, oh, like, why, like, are people going to be like, why do you have a fan next to your bed? Like, why is your charger out?
I'm gonna go with Mrs. Ives on this one.
The battle in my head
I can't with that.
that I have
I can't with that.
to say something or not say it now.
Say it.
Mom, why'd you put my charger in the closet? Yeah. I'm not quite sure how we got here, to be honest.
Putting your clothes on the floor.
Yeah, putting your clothes, like, because I was saying anybody would buy these sweatshirts no matter what.
Yeah.
But just putting them in giant, it makes you think of when you go to sometimes you would go to, like, if you go to the outlet malls or like the sale, like big sales and things like that, where they put out like the bins of clothes and everything's so reduced, the price is so reduced that you're just scourging through the bins looking for the stuff. Like, I feel like Victoria's Secret used to do that.
Yes.
Where they had the big sales and you would go through the
All
giant
the underwear
piles of
was
underwear
everywhere. And
yes.
like disgusting.
And so now you could just go into a Gap and just dig through the trash bag for a $240 sweatshirt.
Crazy.
And even if they are nicely folded, think about how annoying it is for the salesperson who, like, if say they were folded on a display, a couple of them get ruffled up. It's a pretty easy fix to just fold them and put them back in their stack. Mm-hmm. If someone's digging all the way to the bottom of one of those trash containers and pulls out a sweatshirt, it ruins every other sweatshirt. You got to do the whole bin over again.
You got to do it all over again. But honestly, that job can be kind of long and boring on certain days.
Yeah.
So I imagine they're like, well, at least I have something, you know what I mean? Like, this will keep me distracted.
I'll just have to keep folding these sweatshirts.
Because like when I worked in a pharmacy, sometimes long days, and then I'd go into the aisles and reorganize things just for fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it is. One hand, it's frustrating. The other hand, it's something to do.
So I don't know if this is how it's going to be across Gap stores worldwide, but that is how people are seeing them, all because Kanye didn't like that they were on hangers. Kid Cudi, by the way, fully done with Kanye West. I would like to add, he did it. He was in GQ. He's like, I am no more with that guy.
And I totally understand.
Absolutely.
When Monday nights roll around, I get real excited because I know we're going to be spending time on our Mattress Firm beautiful cutting stem set. We're getting all comfy, cozy. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep right then and there. And that's why you need
just want to get under the covers.
Yeah. You need to invest in Mattress Firm in your life. We live in a world with junk sleep. Nobody wants junk sleep. Nobody wants to wake up like, oh, my neck hurts. Oh, I'm feeling so tired. I didn't get enough rest. That won't happen when you have the right mattress with Mattress Firm. You can use a mattress matcher at Mattress Firm that'll help you pick the right mattress for you. And you can get one that, like I said, for you. So you don't just pick any old mattress. You get one custom to you that's for your needs. And everyone needs that good real sleep. So right now, to unjunk your sleep, go to mattressfirm.com or a Mattress Firm store today and speak with a sleep expert to help you find the mattress in your life.
Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum are still going strong. I think people didn't see or hear about them for a while. There was some speculation that maybe they weren't still together, maybe they are, but she is featured in the Wall Street Journal. And she was asked about Channing, and all this kind of lines up with them being seen walking around Italy together. Adorable. He's got like, he's big, she's small. You know, They got that dynamic where he's standing behind her. He's got his arms around her. They look very cute. But she was asked about him for this interview. She said, do I want to go into that? She said, I guess what I'll say is when you make things with people, it's a very sacred space. And when you're compatible with somebody creatively, it often opens up other channels because you're kind of sharing all of yourself. I'm really grateful that this movie has brought him into my life in that way.
Hot couple. Really hot. Pussy Island.
Pussy Island. She said Zoe felt Tatum, who she hadn't met, could pull it off, this very dark role. She said, I wanted to find someone who hadn't played a dark character before because I think that's exciting to watch someone who's mostly played boy next door, good guy, love interest, all of that. I felt even from afar before I knew him that he was a feminist and that he wasn't afraid of exploring that darkness because he knows he's not that. That's why I was drawn to him and wanted to meet with him, and I was right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I love the confidence in that statement. Like, she's like, I wanted to pick someone different. I wanted him. he delivered. I was right.
Let me tell you, I, for one, am very excited to watch a movie called Pussy Island starring Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I absolutely agree.
When can we see this film?
That's a good question. Pussy Island. Google search. It's a film that will be... It's an upcoming thriller film directed by Zoe Kravitz, starring Naomi. You know, she's not actually in the movie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I know.
Not actually. I'm not saying the Lord's name in vain. I'm sorry, Mom.
Naomi Aki.
Okay, well, I'm
Is an
excited to
actress.
see a movie called Pussy Island with Channing Tatum in it.
Directed by Zoe Kravitz. Written and directed by Zoe Kravitz.
Yes.
It is... When does the fucking movie come out?
Brian, no need to curse.
Zoe Kravitz is the coolest woman in showbiz.
She also said she refused to change the name of the movie. I don't know if she's the
coolest, but she's pretty cool.
I guess people wanted her to change the name of the movie. She said, "No, ma'am. I will not be changing the name of the movie."
Pussy Island makes me want to watch.
Oh, there is no date yet. We don't know when it will be released.
Shit, it's going to be years then.
Maybe 2023 is what people are guessing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because everyone's like, oh, it started filming. It filmed this year. I believe it was filmed this year. So we don't have a release date on that, but when we do, it's something to look forward to, I would say.
Visiting Pussy Island.
Yes. The pictures of them are very cute. I do think they make a really good pair.
I do too.
Right?
I love them together. I've always been a fan of Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Always been a fan of Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Put them together. I'm a big fan.
I feel like they both kind of have... I'm trying to think of the right word to describe it. It's not necessarily like hippie, but just kind of like earthy.
Mysterious.
Yeah. Like...
Mysterious cool.
They could both go live somewhere remote for years and we never hear from them again. And that would make sense.
And they would still be wildly famous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Channing Tatum is just like, it's Channing Tatum.
So you don't think he's lost any, like he's still like A-list?
I think people will always know who Channing Tatum is.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He hasn't done anything in a while, has he?
Mm-mm.
No, but he just has that, you know.
Yeah. And let's not forget a new Magic Mike is coming. So
yes.
That always ups the
That'll get your mood going.
That always ups the Channing Tatum stock.
Is Joe Manganiello in that one?
Magic Mike 3, Mike's Last Dance. Confirmed there will be a third film and premiere exclusively on HBO Max. Ooh, I hope we get it. It is the Magic Mike. Salma Hayek has signed on to star in the movie. She'll film along with Channing Tatum. Let's see. May 2022, Channing opened up about the realities of training for his role in Magic Mike. Oh, I do remember him talking about that on like the Kelly Clarkson show, and I think Ellen as well. He'll be back as Mike Lane. It's unknown whether McConaughey, Joe Manganiello, and Matt Bomer will return for the film. But this article is written by Cosmo. The author wrote, by the mother of Zeus, we sure hope so.
That's funny.
Oh boy. Fans will also remember that Amber Heard starred in Magic Mike XXL. Yet the sequel didn't confirm whether they were at an item at the end of the film, so it's anybody's guess whether she's coming back. I would guess probably not.
She wasn't in the second one.
She was in the second one.
Was she?
Magic Mike XXL was the one she was in.
She was in the first one.
This says...
No, Amber Heard was in the first one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe this person has it wrong.
Maybe she was in the second one. I don't know. I don't want to sound too confident that I'm wrong.
She was in...
Because the second one was about Jada Pinkett Smith.
I think she's also in XXL.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at pictures of her in it.
Really? How come I don't remember her?
In Magic Mike XXL 2015.
Huh. Must have been too focused on something else. Oh, she was in Magic Mike XXL.
Yeah. There she is.
And then she wasn't in the first one. So who was the one in the first one?
So she was not in the first one.
Who was the one in the first one? Who was in the first Magic Mike?
Oh my God. I don't know. The first one was...
there was a blonde.
Olivia Munn. Was Olivia Munn? Yeah.
Cody Horn. That's the one I'm thinking of. She kind of looks
Riley
like Amber Heard,
Keough.
No?
Similar vibes. So we don't have too much info on Mike's Last Dance.
We don't.
But it is coming.
We know it's happening.
We know it is definitely coming, and it's always a reminder of the talent that Channing Tatum has
in his hips.
Yep, exactly. Every once in a while, the Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie plane story is brought back up in the press. We know that they have not had a good split, to say the least. And the FBI report was released from 2016. A lot of it is redacted, so you can't see all of it, but it does seem like people were saying the timing of this is very interesting. Sources close to Brad Pitt say this was a media tactic to release it, to remind everyone, of what happened, and from the Angelina Jolie side of it. So just as a refresher for those who don't know what I'm talking about, in 2016, there was a report that there was a very contentious private plane trip with Brad, Angelina, the kids, yelling, fighting, really a bad situation. And according to an FBI report, which was now been released to both parties as a result of a Freedom of Information Act request. So someone requested for this to be released. It's heavily redacted. But the Angelina Jolie told agents that while traveling back to California with Pitt and their 6 children following a 2-week vacation, her then husband had been drinking when he told her to accompany him to the back of the plane after he had a tense interaction with one of their children. Pitt's name is redacted in the report, but it refers to her husband multiple times, and he was married to Jolie at the time of the alleged incident. Once there, she said they were in a restroom which had a privacy door that did not allow their children to see them. As she alleged, Pitt grabbed her by her head, grabbed her by the shoulders, shook her, pushed her into the bathroom wall, and was yelling various things at her, including, "You're fucking up this family." Pitt was not arrested or charged in connection with the incident after the FBI completed the investigation in 2016. The FBI spokeswoman at the time said, in response to allegations made following a flight with the special aircraft jurisdiction of the United States, which landed in LA, carrying Mr. Pitt and his children, the FBI has conducted a review of the circumstances and will not pursue further investigation. No charges have been filed. So this is like the report that had been filed. Now it's been posted, but with that information, the FBI didn't proceed with any charges. This is the source close to Brad Pitt, said all parties have had this information for nearly 6 years and was used in previous legal proceedings. There is nothing new here and serves no purpose other than being a media stunt meant to inflict pain. Jolie also told investigators that 2 of their children were outside the door crying, asking if she was okay. Pitt yelled, "No, Mommy's not okay. She's ruining this family. She's crazy." Then one of the kids yelled, "It's not her, it's you, you prick," which enraged Pitt. Said she thought he was going to attack one of the kids. She said she suffered injuries to her back and elbow. There's photos that are in the report and a lot of handwritten pages written by Angelina Jolie, but a lot of that is also redacted. She said that they had a physical altercation after they arrived in LA. Pitt prevented her and the children from leaving the plane for 20 minutes. He poured a beer on her, is also what they said.
Not good. Mom, this is good.
It's crazy though, because like the source to Brad Pitt said, this has kind of all been information that has been reported. The actual full file, I believe, has just been released, but I don't think I'm necessarily learning anything new. It's just interesting that everybody just kind of forgets about this.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about it.
I do too. Like I'm saying, like I think that's probably why it is a media tactic to be like, hey, just bullet train. Everybody's all hyped about Brad Pitt. Let me just remind you, Angelina Jolie's like, oh, let's. I'm gonna I'm gonna take this one for a spin again.
Emily Ratajkowski seen out with Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah.
Hey, why don't we just remind you guys?
Right, I forgot about those rumors.
Maybe you don't want to be involved with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
I know.
Not good.
When an FBI spokesperson just recently commented saying no charges were filed in connection with this matter and it would be inappropriate to comment further. So it is interesting that once again this has been brought up. It's making major headlines again. I've seen it all over the place of people using quotes and Brad Pitt yelled this at Angelina Jolie or poured a beer, all these things that it's like, oh shit, this is a plane ride from hell. Very bad situation here. And I feel like we have talked about it as a group, not us specifically, like the world has talked about this. And then it's kind of like, oh, no charges were filed. And then every once in a while someone's like, hey, remember that plane thing? That was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad. But I did not remember it until now. Like,
really?
I don't even remember hearing about it when it happened.
I don't.
Like, maybe barely, like a little bit. Like, I have some sort of memory, but not this specific.
I think it also definitely started more as rumors of, oh, this allegedly happened. There was an alleged tiff on the plane, and that got, because I also think that stemmed a lot of the conversation around the kids not talking to Brad.
Yeah.
Would come back to this event.
Right.
The older kids who kind of cut off a relationship with him.
Whole thing is bad and sad.
Bad.
Bad and sad, Brad.
Yeah, I
good.
think the world kind of forgets sometimes about how really shitty the split between these two was.
Yeah.
Because now you kind of remember like, oh, Brad and Angelina, they have all those kids. They got divorced. It's like they did split up, but it has been contentious to say the least. It's probably one of the more contentious divorce cases that have happened.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Are they even fully divorced? Like, I think they have to be, right? She filed for divorce soon after the incident, and while a dissolution of their marriage was granted in 2019, their legal battle over property and custody of the minor children has continued over the years, with the California Appeal Court ruling last year that a retired judge who had been hired to arbitrate the custody dispute should be disqualified because of a possible conflict of interest. So, Jesus, sounds like it still goes they still have a lot of issues when it comes to that battle. Pitt had told GQ in 2017 he had quit drinking.
Yeah, it did seem like he had a problem.
Yeah. Well, this sounded out very alcohol induced.
Yes.
As well, that he was like drunk getting on this plane. So, but
really awful.
Really awful. Very awful. You kind of, it's just interesting that sometimes like these the big five, I don't know, like these, like the older actors, like these guys, when bad things come out about them, everyone's just kind of like,
so they just fly under the radar.
No comment.
Right.
It's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's wild. But Angelina Jolie, I feel like holds on.
I miss Angelina Jolie though. Where's she? Where's she been?
Do you? What was she doing before?
She's a great actress.
I'm trying to think of like movies that I like her in. I can't really.
The last
Mr.
thing,
and Mrs. Smith.
The last thing she, I think, was she's in.
They made that terrible movie.
She's
together.
in Eternals, the Marvel movie.
Oh yeah.
She's Maleficent. She's She's great as Maleficent. I think she definitely took a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Around when all of this shit went down. She's going to be in another Maleficent. She was in Eternals. She did a movie in... Looks like she did a couple things between the years of like 2014 and 2019, but not a lot. A lot of it was vocal work. Maleficent, the first one came out in 2014. And then she was in By the Sea.
That was the one I was talking about. That was with Brad Pitt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was terrible, I think.
Then she voiced a role in Kung Fu Panda 3. She was in a short film in 2017. Then Maleficent, the second one, 2019.
Fell off.
And then she was in a couple things in 2020. One of them being vocal work too. I think she had just kind of taken a break. She obviously that's dealing with a lot of shit when it comes to her family. She has 6 kids.
Yeah.
5 kids?
I think more than that. No, I think 6.
6, right? I was correct. 6 kids. They were together for 12 years. It is interesting because it seems sometimes when you'd see like, oh, their marriage ended after 2 years. It's like they were together for so much longer before they actually got married.
They got married
with all those kids. Yeah. And then they separated in 2016 after that incident. Jeez. Well, I think that I have no doubt that like this event, I do feel like this event did happen. And sometimes, and I don't disagree that it was probably releasing this was probably used as a
little reminder
tactic in some way, but it's also like, yeah, let's remind the public about what happened because it seems to be people just forget about it,
right?
And they do it, and it's like, well, no charges were filed. So I guess that's Brad's spin on like, can't we just let this rest because no charges were filed? It's like, not really.
Yeah, just because she didn't file charges doesn't mean.
Well, the FBI didn't. Yeah. I guess the FBI decided there wasn't enough to warrant those when they investigated the situation, but
still not good.
Yeah, definitely not. Are you on top of your finances? Do you know how much money you have right now? If you don't actually know, how can you be sure you're moving in the right direction, that you're saving enough, that you're making the right decisions? You need a simple, all-in-one place to handle your money. That's Rocket Money, formerly Truebill. So you've heard us talk about Truebill. Why did Truebill change its name to Rocket Money? We will tell you what we heard. Truebill, now backed by Rocket Companies, has grown from a bill management app into a full-on personal finance empowerment tool with budgeting, lowering bills, canceling subscriptions, and more, saving each of their members on average $700 a year. And with all that growth comes the next evolution in Truebill's story, which is a new name. Bottom line, Rocket Money is everything that we have loved about Truebill, but with a fresh look and feel. Everything that I used on Truebill, you can do the same things on Rocket Money. I think it's really great. I love being able to cancel subscriptions that I forget about. They make it so easy where you just go and you put in your information and they tell you, they list all the things that you're subscribed to. And a lot of them will say, you'll look and be like, oh my God, I completely forgot to cancel that. I did that 2-week trial, didn't cancel, and I've been being charged for months. Though they are able to go through and cancel those for you, which is so great. And then you can also just check out if you're saving enough or look at sort of figuring out a budget situation, things like that. Start canceling your unused subscriptions and save money at rocketmoney.com/chicks. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks, or download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely Remi Bader. She is a TikTok star, content creator, curve model,
so much more.
So much more.
Thank
Endless
you.
things. Just created her new brand as well. And we are so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
We're very excited. I have wanted you to come on the show for a while, and I feel like the timing has worked out now because you are promoting something so major.
Thank you.
That is so exciting. And you have your clothing collab with Revolve, Remi by Revolve.
I'm wearing it right now.
It is.
Love it.
I ordered a few things myself. They came over the weekend.
Thank you.
I tried them on. They're spectacular. The black bodysuit's my favorite.
Well, you wouldn't tell me if you didn't like them.
No. I might.
She wouldn't.
I might. The black bodysuit is my favorite.
Kidding.
Yeah, the black bodysuit's my favorite. And I bought the brown dress too.
Yes.
But I don't know where I will wear that.
You can
but
find
I'll wear
something.
it to something. Like
Yeah.
it's like a little too Scandi for a wedding.
Right.
I think.
I think it's good for like a New York
But,
City event.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I
You can
gotta
wear it
get
anytime
I
you
gotta get
want.
invited
Yeah.
to some more events.
You can wear it anywhere. You can wear it
Yeah.
here.
It's
please,
my boobs
you
look
should
great.
wear it
I'll
in
show
the
you the
outfit.
picture.
You have great boobs.
I'll show you
But
the
we are
picture. I
so
took a picture
excited. Yeah.
yesterday.
Well, can we now you have to show us?
Yeah. I do.
Oh yeah, that's a great dress.
Yes.
Looks good, right?
Looks great. All that
Maybe
stuff
a
was...
fancy dinner with your boyfriend or something.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
a nice
Yeah.
little date night dress.
There's more on September 8th. We're dropping like 16 more pieces that weren't in that first one. So
That's amazing. How long have you been working on that?
like a year, I feel
Yeah.
like, right? A year. In March, I made the video that I was kind of like a realistic Revolve haul where I never had any like communication or talked to them prior, but like I made that video and then they reached out that day. So it's been in like conversations for so long since March, but I feel like we've been working on it for like a year.
Yeah. Now, did you know Revolve was kind of the brand you wanted to work with?
No.
I was gonna say.
I mean, I was so excited when they
Yeah.
reached out, but it's just it wasn't like where it is now with my, I guess, following and everything going on. Like I feel like I had like maybe like 200K on TikTok at the time, and like I wasn't working with many brands. Like I was working, it just started.
Yeah.
So I never worked with Revolve. I never thought they would ever even reach out. I thought they'd be like, why is this girl kind of like, I wasn't making fun of them, but I was doing what I do with my other hauls, like showing like, this looks insane, this looks great.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
basically said I wish I could wear more of their clothes, but they just don't fit me as well.
Yeah.
And they reached out that day because I guess they just like sent around the video to everyone. And obviously when they reached out, it wasn't like a question. I was like, wait, yeah, like what? They want to do something with me? It just wasn't like something I thought could happen then.
Have they been one of the most receptive brands? Because I know you are very honest, so I'm sure
Yeah.
that there are some brands who are like, crap, we've made it on to Remi's hauls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should not be like, we should probably look into our
Yeah.
clothes a little bit more.
I mean, with everything, I'm like shocked in the best way possible of like how they've been. Like I mean, we've had a few little like hiccups throughout this where I've shared a lot of the process with my followers. And then, in the beginning, we only were going to a 3X and so many people complained that we changed it to a 4X. And to do that so last minute with production and everything, like they still did it. So there was like a gap in our size chart that we messed up on something. And like a few weeks ago, we fixed that and they're producing all new items in a new size. Like they've just been, I'm taking the feedback from my followers, giving it right back to them and they're
that's
listening,
amazing.
which is just like what we need.
Right.
And it's such a good way for brands to actually like get that direct to consumer response, because you go on sites and you read reviews for items and things like that, but sometimes they're not super accurate, but
Yeah.
like you're like, these are my people and they're telling me what they want,
Yeah.
so listen to what they're saying.
And I think that written reviews at this point, like I don't even look at them. Like I feel like everyone's looking on TikTok
Yeah.
or on social media to see what things actually look like. And just any of the feedback I'm getting, I bring right to them. And it's the same I work with Victoria's Secret Pink and similar kind of thing. People have a lot to say, whether it's positive or negative. And even if it is negative, like, or if I see a TikTok video, like I send it right to the team. Like, I feel like that's the point. Like you hired me to help you. And I think whether you want to hear it or not, you need to hear some of the things people are saying.
Absolutely. And I think especially with Victoria's Secret, obviously there's been a lot of conversation around that. What was it like for you deciding to work with a brand like that? Did you feel like, this is actually good if I become a part of this because I could actually make some changes from the inside?
Yeah, it was totally, obviously that was more of a longer decision to make. It's like a bigger long term with a huge company, and it was like, yeah, I could go with safer options and not feel like I'm making as much of like a difference, or I can like know I'm gonna get some shit from people but also be a part of the change in some way.
Yeah.
So that was announced before Revolve, and then the Revolve thing happened, and I feel like that finally, like, last year was all just like exciting and crazy and overwhelming and like all this was happening, but now I'm actually seeing things happen with like from my TikTok, which is crazy. So I feel like those are the two bigger, like, more in-depth partnerships where like they really listened to me, want my help, they reached out to me, and then I have obviously like my other, you know, smaller brand deals and stuff, but it's been exciting working with both of them.
It's encouraging because you don't want to see, you can't just bash the companies forever when they like try and make changes. It's like, oh, well, we're going to hold them to what they did 15 years ago.
Which
and
a lot
then
of
they
people
never,
do.
right. It's like, then how do you grow? How do you change if
Right.
you don't open the door and let things happen? And it's not like you are just going in and working with what they have. You are disrupting the space for them and changing things. Like for Revolve to expand like they're doing is they've never done it before.
Yeah.
So I think people really appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that look at it as like, if you're not doing the most and you're not expanding to a 10x or, you know, whatever, then you should be doing nothing. Where I just don't think like that. I think I'd rather be like a very small part of like, let's start making a change, hoping to push them in the right direction. And that's my opinion on it.
Absolutely. I saw a clip, you were on Call Her Daddy, and I saw a clip of you talking about just the way that your fans and your followers now perceive you. And, you know, they have a lot to say. And like, as soon as you are becoming famous and you're getting these brand deals and money, and now their opinion on you is like, well, you're just not the relatable girl that you once were. Has that changed at all now since you've said that publicly? Do you think that people are like reflecting a little bit like, oh, maybe we are being like a little too hard on her?
I don't think I'll ever change the opinions of the
masses
people that already are the ones
Yeah.
that go online and will comment how they feel. Like, you can't change those people because, like, I'm not someone that would, I don't think any of us would go online and just be like, oh, like, you're just, you suck now. You know, like, it's like, I think that's just like, you can't change those opinions. But it kind of made me feel better once I, you know, got all those, I'm still getting all these messages post Call Her Daddy of people like, don't listen to these people. Like, I followed you since day one. Like, I think I forget that I have these day one followers that they might not speak or comment or whatever all the time, but they just feel the same way they did about me at first. And I have to remember, like, I have to keep trying to focus on those people and not the assholes.
It's the silent majority versus the vocal minority is what I like to think of it as. Like, people who are going to complain are such a small percentage. It feels so big because you're seeing that. But there's like, I follow so many people or look at so many people's pages on TikTok specifically. It's like, sometimes I just constantly get people on my For You page that I don't even follow, but I'm always watching their stuff, and you enjoy it, but I don't go out of my way to be like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you, until you feel like, oh shit, they're not feeling supported. Then like, oh, maybe I should tell them, hey, I actually really enjoy your stuff, because most people just want to be mean because they're just bored.
I feel like more
which
people,
I don't understand, but
I don't either. But I feel like most people are like silently watching, enjoying or not enjoying, and then not saying anything about it. Like, I just think that's a little more normal.
That would be the normal reaction, to be like, I don't like this, I'm just not gonna watch. But
like, I don't like, I get it. Like, I'm not
I'd rather
for everyone.
like talk shit to your friends, like send it to your friends and say something.
I send everything to my
me.
sister, whether it's like positive or negative.
Exactly.
I just like
everybody
talk
has
about
that. It's like, that's the normal thing to do. But
you don't
the
send it
people
directly to the
who-
person.
And I have seen that a lot with people who blow up on TikTok, because it happens so fast. Like, you can't even put it into words how fast it happens for people. But just like the biggest creators ever, like Addison Rae and Dixie and Charlie and all these people, it's like everyone was obsessed with them, and then it was like everything they did was a huge problem.
You can't win.
And you're like, they're like, at the time they were like 16 years old. You're like, you're gonna get mad at them for what? Like, they're just because they got famous and you didn't. Like, that's kind of how it felt.
It really
some
is.
point.
It has to be some sort of like inner anger type of thing
I
to be
think for
able to like
TikTok, it did a lot.
attack these people. Like, that's the only thing. It's like, I understand, like, you're putting yourself on social media, you're going to get opinions and people are public about it, but there's like a level of like the way to say things. And like, I think TikTok, I've just noticed more than even Instagram for me, is just very ruthless and harsh.
Yeah, I talked about that the other day. I was like, because she was like, don't don't read, like, why do you read these things? And I was like, there's just something about, like, first of all,
I read them.
The TikTok comments are so easy to click for some reason, because sometimes on certain TikToks they're very funny. Like, if you come across a funny TikTok, the comments are usually equally, if not more,
oh my god, I love
funny.
Comments.
Right.
I love reading
like they're
comments
so
when it's like what you were thinking.
and you're like, oh my god, I was thinking that. But then you click it on your own stuff and you're like, holy shit, people are so ruthless on this app. And it's also like, it's frightening because it's also a lot of younger people too. Yeah, because you're like, oh my god, like.
Or you just don't even know who the hell they are. Like,
imagine being like in high school with TikTok. I just couldn't.
It's a blank avatar, and it's like user 9786497.
Which we joke around is your account.
I know. I don't know. That's how I use TikTok. No, I don't comment, but
account.
I swear.
But you obviously blew up so fast. What was that reaction like for you on the receiving end? And I'm also just curious about, like, logistically on your phone, how like handling those notifications on your TikTok.
I turn off my notifications because that would be like way too overwhelming for me on like all of my apps. Like, I don't have it pop up. What was the original question?
Just
TikTok.
How what was your like every day you're gaining more followers? What's your thought process?
I just don't think that there was even a thought process. Like, I feel like it was just so confusing. Like how is this even happening? What's happening? Like, because I remember like random points. Like, I remember when I like got to 10,000 followers and I was like freaking out, but like I didn't know that it would ever. I thought that was it. That's cool. Like, now I could be like, do something with it. Like, I don't even know. Like, tell my friends, like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. And then I remember when I was with my mom and hit 1 million and we were so excited. Like, it's just like it was a really fast thing. I think now I'm just focused on like, okay, what can I do with this now that I have a platform, like working with these brands, trying to somewhat change the fashion industry in any way I can to make it a little bit more inclusive, and, you know, focusing on the people that I'm actually like helping when it comes to speaking on mental health and eating disorders and just being honest about life and seeing that it's helping other people. Like, I'm just trying to focus on those things. But yeah, it's like so weird because I don't even know like where and how it happened.
What are you the most scared of to share on social media?
I think that I'm getting more afraid now of being myself because I feel like I never questioned it at first. Now, or for like the whole time. And now more and more when I do see the comments of people saying whatever they're saying, she's complaining so much, she's annoying, her voice is this, then I'm like, should I start changing? Should I start not doing that enthusiastic voice? Should I do, like, you know, I start thinking these things, which I never thought before. And then I get frustrated with myself because I'm like, I feel like it was so much more natural not thinking about these things, but it's so hard not to when you're seeing that every day.
Right. But I think that one thing that you need to remind yourself is that these followers came from you being yourself. So I feel like it's like, well, they didn't follow you when you weren't doing that voice. They were following you when you were doing that voice and doing these things. So you should keep doing that because you'll get, you know what I mean? It'll only grow from there. It's like people will just find anything to hate on when someone is successful. I think that's just what it boils down to. And I don't think it has anything to do with you personally or tons of people online personally. I think a lot of people just are upset with themselves, and if they can find a way to bring someone else down, it just, as cliche as it sounds, it just makes them feel better about themselves because they're like, well, I hate myself, so like I should say something about this person because they, you know, they're bad too, when it's like it really has to do with them.
How has the reaction been within your family? I follow you, I see what you're posting, I know you're very close with your family, and I find it so interesting that every time you do a Q&A, which you do often, which I love because I love reading them, and people always ask about your sister. It's like, how does your sister feel about you? It's like, my sister loves me. What do you want
people,
my answer to be?
People want me and Nikki to hate each other or something.
That
like, it's like
shocks
the most
me every time. I'm like,
thing.
people are like, her sister must hate her. I'm like, what?
They're like, so like, how does it make you feel that she's a lot skinnier than you? I'm like, wait, get a life. Like, it's so weird. And like, we just laugh about it. I send her every single one, and like, we actually crack up, and she's like, wait, I really don't get it. Like, she started actually this week, like, sent me like 20 photos of us, and she's like, I posted you more than when you got a following now. Like, it's always her begging to take photos with me, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood. Like, it's me that doesn't want to. People are like, how do you, the main thing, the new rumor is that she doesn't want to post me because of like what I look like or whatever, and I'm like, that to me, that doesn't make me upset. That is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Some things are just funny.
What is that, like, kind of some of the more wild things that you get asked during those Q&As? Like, what do you see that really just actually makes you laugh out loud that people ask you?
I mean, people ask, like, people just, like, want to know the most personal possible things about you. And I am someone that answers a lot of personal questions. But even when I was looking at it, like, whenever I did that yesterday or 2 days ago, I'm just like, I think just, like, lately I'm just starting to just be like, enough. Like, I'm just like about, like, it's just like if there's anything, like, of negative or that I truly is just not true. It's like, yes, I responded to the thing about my sister because it's just been happening so much. But it's like, I'm just kind of tired of, like, you can choose if you want to sit there and explain yourself, or you could just ignore it.
Right.
So I think I'm working on trying to ignore these things and also keep certain things. Like, I'm so honest about everything. Like, I mean, like, open about things in my personal life, like picking and choosing some things that maybe I don't need to share.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, one thing that we see often with people who gain such a huge following is so many different paths open up, right? Like, people can, if their lifelong dream was to become a singer, now all of a sudden the doors open for that. Or, you know, it's mine. I have a terrible voice. Or like an actor. Maybe for Remi, maybe she has a great voice.
No, but that's sorry to cut. That was like another thing I saw the other day. Like, when people were commenting, I posted like a singing video because I always did, and then I just stopped. And even that, like, when I of course you're going to get opinions, but when people are like, you have a bad voice, this, I'm like, there's a point where it's like, I'm like, I know I don't. Like, I know I don't have a bad voice. Like, I know I don't. I've never been told, like, I never was told that unless the whole world's lying to me. But, like, I just, like, there's certain things that, like, those little things the other day made me realize, like, stop looking at what these people are saying, because, like, I know certain things that, like, whatever they say is just not always the truth.
Exactly. And so, like I was mentioning, like, you like to sing, right? And it just opens up all these different doors. Where do you see yourself taking this following now? Because you are involved in the fashion world. You have your hands on that. Is there anything else that you haven't gotten your hands on that you now want to?
Yeah, I think there's so many things, but I don't know, like, where to go next. Like, I feel like I'm waiting for Fashion Week's happening, waiting for the second drop of Revolve, and then it is like, I always want to keep going. Like, I don't want there to be like a little break. So I'm now thinking, like, what do I do? You know, I launched a podcast, and it wasn't for me at the time, and I felt that, like, I need to be so into what I'm doing, or I won't be excited about it. So I think it's just like, I don't know. Like, I like what people are like, would you do comedy? Would you do acting? Would you do singing? Would you go on tour and do so? I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Do you feel any pressure now to say yes to everything?
The opposite. Yeah. I feel like I was saying yes so much because I felt like I had to. Obviously, a lot of this is like, you know, it's a job now for me too. So it's like, of course you're going to get pressure, but I think I'm really good at staying true to myself of, like, even if I was offered a shit ton of money from a brand, but it just wasn't in line with, like, what I believe in, or it doesn't fit me right, like, I have to say no. Like, I just have to. And I've done that with a lot of brands. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to just, like, a lot of, like, the opportunities that have happened, like a Revolve, or even that podcast, or like a Pink, came my way. And then I making the decision, like, does this make me happy? Like, would this excite me? So I'm not waiting. I think if I have an idea or something, great. But I'm just kind of like, okay, well, this happened on its own in a way. And, like, maybe I should just keep letting that happen and just see what comes my way.
Where are some of your favorite places to shop that are obvious? I mean, we know, like,
we know Revolve is massive, because, like, I am struggling right now to find
where do you love
places that
to shop? Because I feel like our age, we all just shop at the exact same places.
It's, like, so funny. I'm like, what am I in love? I mean, I post Good American a lot. I love Good American. I actually think they underratedly have the best bathing suits. And I wear Skims a lot for, like, bodysuits and, like, basics.
You're a fan of Good American jeans?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I need to invest in some of those.
Yeah.
Everyone
No,
keeps
I'm a
telling
fan
me
of
to.
like, I mean, I love their jeans, but it's actually funny because I feel like they're known for jeans and I have more of like bathing suits, dresses, skirts, like clothes. Bodysuits are good from there, like really good quality stuff. And like, I mean, it's expensive. So, it's almost sad because I feel like lately I really am just shopping at Revolve, but like it kind of makes sense, I guess. Where do I like? What do you guys like? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know these days. I honestly can't figure
Where'd
it
you
out.
get
I'm
your
such
top?
a, like my
Bodysuit
Zara.
top?
I
I don't shop at Zara anymore. It's just
I-
always like been a failure for me.
I honestly, I gotta be honest, I'm really sick
I
of
shop
Zara.
Abercrombie a lot.
I'm really sick of Zara.
Fair.
Their sizing is so off. Like
Yeah.
it's
For a while, it was like, okay, now I'm just like, I can't take the time
Yeah.
anymore unless I'm like doing a haul to make fun.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, there's something just off with Zara right now.
Yeah.
I went in there the other day and I bought a couple things and I just like nothing fit me at all. And I was like, okay, so their sizing is just so
sometimes
off.
you have to buy you could buy a pair of pants and then you have to buy a skirt that's like 4 different sizes.
It's
different than the
crazy.
pants.
Like
Yeah.
they just figure it out. Like I don't know what's going on.
They don't
there.
care. They
No,
just
No,
don't
no,
care.
it's and I guess they don't really need to.
Yeah, I guess.
All of my, actually, like, when I'm around my apartment wearing sweatpants or, like, sweat shorts, they're all pink. Like, Victoria,
Yeah.
they're actually very comfortable.
I've always
They always
I've
have
always
been.
loved pink.
Oh, do you know the
sweats.
brand? It's also expensive, but the brand Meow.
Yes.
I love their stuff, and they just came out with bigger sizes, so I'm,
Okay.
like, very into that. And
They're like a
Affirm,
bunch
too.
of
haven't-
like corset
I haven't
style stuff.
yeah,
right?
pulled the trigger on buying anything from there because
really
I
good.
see it on my Instagram all the time. You know when
Yeah.
you see something on your Instagram, you're like, I don't like in the ads part, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if I
yeah.
should be trusting this site or
Right.
not, but I love everything on it, but I don't know if I should buy it.
I think
So
you
it's good to
should.
know.
Like, something, like, for, like, obviously they have, like, nicer... The one thing is, like, there's a lot of patterns and colors, so I feel like I wore one outfit and I'm like, can I never wear this again? Because I, like,
Yeah.
took videos and pictures in it, and it's, like, very... Like, you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wore that.
Yeah.
Affirm, too,
It made a
is
statement.
cheaper, and it's, like, they have really cute, like, fun going out clothes.
Amazing.
Um,
Good Rex.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is what I should be doing and good at, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of on the same subject. How much pressure do you feel to be creating content every single day now because there's people watching and following you, or do you just allow yourself to like take the time off
Yeah,
when
like
you,
a
when you
TikTok
need
schedule.
it? Yeah,
I've allowed myself to take the time, but then I now have been like frustrated with myself that I'm not doing as much as I did, and like I want to. Like I want to do the old hauls and things that I was doing that I started that like made me happy to edit and post and made me laugh even. Not that I don't do that, I just feel like there's a lot of other things going on. But I have to think like, again, why did people like me, follow me in the first place? And like I even will sometimes go back to my old beginning videos and be like, to remind myself like what I did. But I want to get back into doing it more because I really haven't. And again, I'm okay with it. Like for a while I would actually beat myself about if I didn't post a day or two. Like I give myself the time I need. I just like when I get really, I can't act being like funny or in a good mood.
Right.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like everyone can tell if I'm in a bad mood or something. So those days I've just allowed myself to be like, I need sleep. Like I need to not do this. Like, or I'm just going to do work on my laptop and not film.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've tried making a schedule on my team for like over a year now, and like I just end up going against it, and I'm like, it just hasn't.
depends
worked.
on the day.
Yeah,
like every
really
day
depends
is
on the
different. Really.
Yeah.
Yep. But we get that.
Yeah,
we definitely get that.
We change our schedule around all the time.
How many times do you guys like record a week?
3.
Yes.
We put out 3 episodes a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
So sometimes that changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we wait a day. Sometimes like now the summer when there's so much like. I don't know. Sometimes you feel like the pop culture world slows down around. Everyone's on vacation. Everyone's like nothing crazy is happening. And sometimes we catch ourselves putting out episodes where we're like, we're talking about nothing.
Yeah,
we have
truly
literally nothing to talk about.
Right.
Do you ever on those days like I guess because you have a schedule you can't like just
We just did it. We literally just
we
did
drum
it.
we
just did it on
rarely
Monday.
ever do it, but we did it yesterday. Well, usually we drum something up. We have to because people. There are, we got to put out a show.
waiting
Like, we
for
work,
something.
we work here. Like we have to put out the show. So yeah,
it's all about getting creative. Even if I'm out out of ideas or something, or if I'm like, I mean, that's what I've been feeling lately. Not out of ideas, but I'm like, what can I do that's new and exciting? Like, what can I do that's like a new series or something?
Right, especially when there is so much being made every day by so many different people. You're like, how do I stand out? Like,
and I think that's what's been making me like think so much. Like, I'm like, I'm not saying I created hauls because I didn't. I think, was I the first that started doing realistic hauls in that way on TikTok? Yeah. I think so. Now everyone's doing realistic hauls on TikTok. And that's great because that's what TikTok is. It's like you're supposed to recreate trends, but it's not new and exciting anymore.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, what can I want to still do that because that's what my followers want. But I do need to like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
Like I want to. I enjoy making the videos when like they're not ads, when they're like me just being me and like I just miss doing that. I think it's just a lot of everything else getting in the way, like a lot of what other people are saying, realizing that it's such a like full space now of everyone doing so much of the same things. Like everyone's a TikToker and an influencer and something, and like that's great, but it's like, what can you do to stand out? And like, you know?
Definitely. We know that you're Love Island girly.
Yeah.
What were
the number one?
Yeah. Really. What were your thoughts on this season of UK? We can't get too far into it, but yeah, no, we definitely can't get too far into it. But
did you guys watch the whole thing?
Oh yeah,
fucking loved this season.
I
did.
VPNs.
It was amazing.
I loved it too.
I always tell people like in a specific order like how they should watch a seasons, and this was the first time I was like, just start with this. Like if you haven't watched, like you would like this season.
What has been your favorite past season?
Probably 3 and 5.
Same.
Ria's watched 5 like multiple
I
times.
Just go back and
a lot of
rewatch it
people love
randomly.
5 because they don't want like the oldish like whatever, and I kind of like the
I
ratchetness
love the
of that.
when they would just smoke cigs and like
and
have
2
sex
is underrated
randomly.
too because there's people like I like when obviously couples like stay together from that.
Yeah.
But I just like I loved Ekin-Su and Davide this season, and like I just like. It's really scary how happy the show makes me. Like I'm actually freaked out. Like when even if I had like a day, like I would like, and I'm not watching on my laptop because I needed the VPN. I needed to watch every single day.
Oh
you
yeah.
guys did that?
We did,
And I'd be like smiling watching the show. It's just such a great.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel so.
I sent pictures to Ria of me crying when Jack left. I'm like, what
Everyone
is
was
wrong
crying
with
when
me?
Jack-
I felt so connected to them, and that when the show ended, I was like, I lost friends.
No,
like
literally.
I truly lost
It's the
friendships. Like I don't
worst
know
thing
what
when
I'm
it
supposed to
ends.
do now, but
I also love when the season ends and you don't. I don't really follow any contestants while the season's going on. I always wait. So it's like once the season ends and everyone gets their Instagram back.
I do that too.
And I'm like, oh, and you just go through everyone and I just follow all of them. I'm like, I can't wait to
Was
see
there anyone you guys
stuff.
hated?
I hated Dami.
Oh yeah, you really yeah.
I can
Hate it.
see.
Yeah.
I liked the chemistry with India,
know.
but
I don't even see the chemistry. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
lie.
do.
I think India could do so much better
No,
than
she
him.
can do
I
better.
think he's such a dickhead.
I think
really
he has
do.
a hidden dark side.
I don't even know if it's
Yeah.
hidden. I think it's pretty obvious.
I guess I just like liked their banter and thought
They
they
do.
were fun together.
I-
But I get it when you have a
I
decision, when
think
you
he-
like feel a way about someone on there, you're like,
I just thought he was such a dickhead. Like I was like everything about him. Even when I watched the reunion and he was just like.
no. The reunion he
And
was
he was
in,
like,
he was
yeah,
being
and it was like, how are we doing, everybody? How are we doing, Islanders? And he was like, tired. I was
Yeah.
like, then get off the stage. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing here? Like,
You
it
can
was just
see
he's
there's
such a dickhead.
Some things that really like pissed him off.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because I really liked Paige, and I was like, oh, Paige and Demi, if they're like best friends, she obviously sees something good in him. But then you just see the flash, like when they were
Right.
making the jokes about Deji, how she had called him Deji, and when they flashed him at the reunion, he was like,
yeah.
To be fair though, I'd be mad about that too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if
Yeah.
someone called me a different name, like I that was maybe the only thing I understood Damian
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that he was mad that she called him the wrong name twice. I'd be mad about that. It was his
And then the
whole-
mom did too.
Yeah,
Him
that
and Lou
oh
is
that
so
that would
funny.
I would lose my mind.
So
It was just
funny.
his whole demeanor. Like he just came across as such
Yeah,
a dickhead.
I
I mean,
get
he's the only
that.
one I really didn't like, and I love Gemma. I even bought sunglasses to look like Gemma, but I'm not sold on Luca.
I like, he was my favorite the whole time. Most like I think he's the hottest.
I agree.
But then I didn't get as mad as him as everyone did. Like I have like group chats with my friends about it and stuff, and they were like, "What? He's horrible. Like he's smothering her and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Did I miss something? Because I didn't really see that." I think towards the end I started seeing it a little, but like I don't know.
yeah.
My problem with him wasn't even towards him and Gemma. Like I just got a vibe from him in general
Right.
that I was like, something about this guy I don't like.
I think Davide and Ekansu like made the season.
They did.
In the beginning, I actually did not like either of them.
Oh,
I was like,
same.
she's annoying.
I thought
needs to
he
leave.
was so
I
like
thought he was
conceited
rude and like,
yeah.
and then they just did this like 180 and like made the show.
Yeah,
did.
I remember texting you being like, Davide has to go. I hate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh my
And
god,
all
I
of
was
a
like,
sudden,
how disrespectful.
I was like, I am obsessed with this human being. He's the best person that's
Best.
ever been on Love
I agree.
Island.
I
He's
agree.
so funny. Like they're just, and apparently they're getting their own TV show now.
yeah, they are.
And they're
Visiting each
filming-
other in
yeah.
like Turkey and Italy.
Yeah, they're going 1 week Italy, 1 week Turkey. And it's gonna be on ITV too.
I saw she posted that they're moving in together in Essex.
Thank God.
Isn't it crazy that you go like Love Island's the craziest thing because you go in there, you have no contact with anyone. You either come out like you are the most hated person ever, or like you have 1 million followers and you get 1 million brand deals.
Yeah.
Like it's just like insane that you
She
have
has
no
like
idea what's
3
going
million followers.
Ekansu
now.
got
It's
the
insane.
biggest brand deal that anyone's ever gotten on Love Island from Opali.
on. Who did?
Ekansu.
And then Tasha got like $1 million deal
Yeah,
from
She
like
did
and
eBay
then,
UK, yeah.
eBay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know the clothes they were wearing the whole time were from eBay.
Really?
They wanted to do it like make it sustainable.
Oh,
So then
interesting.
she got like a huge
And then
deal
I
with
think
them.
Gemma did Pretty Little Thing. So Ekansu
Yeah.
got, apparently Ekansu
It's-
got the biggest deal
But it's
anyone's
also
ever
like
gotten.
I guess they must have people that they have beforehand that because it's like Tasha came out of the show with that deal. It's just like she just
right.
like it was like a week.
People
it
were
was like a
probably
week
just
later.
like waiting to like
Exactly, and then it just happens.
Yeah.
It happens
the amount
so
of
fast.
meetings they probably have to hit the next week.
I know it's crazy. It's
Probably why Demi's so tired.
That's why the show. That's why also why the show is so good because you believe in all these people. There's not a lot of dating shows that they come off and they actually move in together or live
Yeah.
together or like really try and make them work. The UK people always really try and do it. The last question I have for you on Love Island is: did we trust Adam or no? With
No.
Paige.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I felt the same way.
I don't think that's gonna last, and I think that he just wanted to like be on the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure he likes her.
Yeah.
Like I'm, but like
I'm
that,
so skeptical
and I don't
of the
get
ones
the same
that come in
vibes.
late who watch the show.
Yeah.
And they can say like, oh, well, I've watched 30 episodes and I
Right.
know the entire country loves Paige.
You have a whole plan
Yeah.
when you're going.
yeah,
in
like,
there.
Right,
you
and
can
you
pick a fan
know-
favorite. You can be like, oh, Paige, everyone
Yeah.
loves Paige. I'm gonna go for Paige.
And you know that her and Jax are on the rocks. So you're like, well,
Yeah.
I'll just swoop right in. I think that they are going to split up, whatever, and then somehow she'll be reconnected with Jax.
I don't agree with everything Jax
don't know.
did, but I do
Jax
think
is
that
having
they
some-
had really good
they
chemistry.
did.
And
Jax
like,
is
I
having some
enjoyed
issues.
watching them.
Like
He is. He made
Jax
fun of
is having
Tasha.
some
Oh, yeah.
issues
That
post.
wasn't good.
He's
Yeah.
having some issues
Andrew
post-show.
and Tasha unfollowed him.
Yeah, he's having some issues post show.
We sound nuts.
No, we're locked in.
Really
I love
do.
it. I love talking to other people that are absolutely locked in to
Me
the
too.
UK
Yeah.
as much as we are.
Favorite.
It's amazing. But Remi, thank you so much
Yes,
for coming
thank
to
you
talk
so
to
much.
us.
for having me.
Everyone can follow Remi at Remi Bader on
Yes.
everything.
Yep.
And Revolve.
Shop.
You can shop.
Yeah,
the
shop
collection.
Revolve. Now I'm like looking in the camera.
Yeah, there you go. And the
Shop
next
Revolve. The next drop is September 8th.
Amazing. We can't wait to see. Are you going to do more like videos showing those pieces?
Yes,
up
I want to
until then?
show
Amazing.
everything.
Great.
And like I mean, I loved the first launch, but I'm really excited about these pieces.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you subscribe everywhere you listen to the podcast. We love you guys. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.